What up, gamers? Fencer here, and welcome back to Frontline 2 Exilium. So yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, but now we're back. Yeah, we got I forgot her name. Was it Zhang Yu? But yeah, she's now out, so that now we can do her story here. So yeah, I'll be doing the same like with the previous characters where. Oh wait, hold on, what? Okay, the previous two were a bit different. We just pretty much got a straight line now. Okay, I thought it'll be the same thing with them, with like the other 404 members, but seems like she doesn't have that thing. So yeah, that's interesting. Anyways, here we go, man. So we got the first one here. Let's go start. It's gonna be a battle too. Alright, here we go, man. It's been a while since I last recorded, but now we're back. But yeah, I thought it'll be just like the other ones. Like, thought maybe I'll try to knock it out in 2 videos, but I think for these, they're at least like maybe 3 or 4. You know, on average. Unless like maybe it's a big event. Alright, here we go. No cutscene at the beginning here, so I'm just gonna go like right away. Here. Yeah, we'll just let it auto battle and stuff. Yeah, I'm looking forward to like whatever's next after this, man. After this event. Because I feel like, you know, with these stories, they do feel more on the smaller side of things. So I'm just wondering if like coming up, things will maybe pick up. I feel like, you know, overall, the stories like so far, like ever since like maybe the, I guess the first time that we met Zhang Yu, which was a dungeon, right? Or I guess the Exilium event too. I don't know. Like I felt like we've been, you know, going off the main story with the whole thing with like Helena and stuff for a while. I do kind of miss that. I do wonder when we're gonna get back to that stuff. Okay, no cutscene for that first battle. It's just a normal battle there. Okay, that's a bit curious. Alright, next up should be just a cutscene then. Here we go. Alright, pop up. Here it is. View. Alright, so what kind of story are we going to be doing here? The incoming signal stammers in the wake of the collapse storm. Upon the screen is the lone line of text. Audio channel. Hold on, let me get my wireless mouse so we can just do normal clicking. Thank you, really. Get a head count and see if anyone needs emergency care. My Elmo has medics. Take stock of supplies as well, though I am afraid I can't help with that. It's great that you've responded to our distress signal at all. If it weren't for you, never mind whether or not this new settlement of ours would still be standing, Elid would have gotten everyone here. It's just a matter of pay. No need. A few Elids are no big deal for us. No. In reality, I have another request for you. Huh? Okay. Settlement may seem a rather informal name, but in the Illozones, they are small human communities formed for the purpose of sharing wealth, land, buildings, equipment, as well as the mitigation of risk. Odds are that these conglomerations are few and far between in this broken world, within yellow zones ravaged by collapse storms, elids, and varjagers. However, exceptions could be found. No matter the circumstances, humanity, as always, stubbornly seeks survival. In any case, I'll be leaving the stage play to you this time, Miss Zhang Yu. Yeah? Even if you say that, I'm still just a spectator here. Where are Jiao Hui and Fei? Lying about on the Elmo all day, slacking off. The Elmo and the collapse storm. Yeah, that should be due for the title. Title? Right. I haven't even gotten started on the script. In truth, I just want you to ask the Elmo's Monsoon Squad to put on something for the kids here, and talk about some contamination zone common knowledge, and maybe a little about what we do to adjust to the environment here. So we had to put together the script anyway. It doesn't have to be that serious. Improvisation is fine too. Just say what needs to be said. It's not like anyone here is a professional anyway. It's just a shame that the Elmo is really too big to park around here and would get in the way. Otherwise, we'd be able to together a set. Once this place is a bit more built up, maybe we could build a big stage. If that time comes, we'll invite you lots over again. Again? Seeing Zhang Yu still disinterested. Mian? Or I'm guessing Mean? I don't know. The chief smiles and points in the direction behind her. Zhang Yu's eyes follow as she finds a few tiny heads poking out from behind a mass of rundown wooden boards. We are all new to the contamination zones. The adults are getting by for the most part. As foreign as the circumstances are, we at least have some life experience. The countless kids with us, though. Their parents, well, now that these kids are in our hands, we ought to do what we can to raise them. Problem is, the kids know next to nothing about how to acclimate and survive here. You just saved us. I've no doubt. I just lost where I was. I've no doubt it would make an impression on them. Look, over there. The kids are looking at you. Won't you let them see your valorous figure in battle against the elites again? The children look on with wide eyes, focused yet curious. Alright, but whether or not there'll be a next time is another matter. Sure, thank you. The chief sighs, leaving the scene. Zhang Yu stands still in contemplation, a frown upon her face. And here I was, thinking that I'd get to just step out and have a nice little stroll with this assignment. Now there's a script to write and a performance to put on. Man, what a bother. Something on this scale shouldn't be too difficult for you, right? I'll help you with the script. I was hoping you would say that. Zhang Yu turns around, sticking out her tongue at me. The twin-tailed girl is the same as she was before, full of spirit. Diane walks towards us from a small distance away. Zhang Yu, the chief's come to see you, yes? Big sis, seriously, when we get back, you better give Zhao Hui a good talking to. How could she just say yes so easily as Monsoon Squad's leader, as she hauled the two of us over here, instead of going herself? I thought this would just be a walk-on type of gig. Or maybe with a bit of choreography and drumming, but as a lead, my entire day is going to be spent here. The commander signed off on this request, you know. What? The commander? Yes, that's why I came here with you. The Elmo's never gotten a request like this before. How to put it? I don't think it's a waste of time at all, and it plays to your strengths, so I told Zhao Hui to accept it. I think I've got a good idea of the play's content. What do you've got? As the chief says, despite it being a stage play, all we need to do is enact a few scenarios and tell the children how such situations should be approached. We'll just string together a few common dangers in the contamination zones based on our experiences. One problem is that these kids are very young, and their only experiences are probably localized around the settlement. You mean to say that some things that are mundane to us might not occur around here at all, right? I thought of that as well. We need to survey the surroundings here before we pick the scenario we enact. Yeah, on top of that, we also need to... Hold on, you mean that we can go have a bit of a wander around here? Hooray, I'm off then. Zhang Yu. Zhang Yu flashes us with a super wide smile, picking a direction and running off. Well, I suppose we'll have to follow her. Alright. Speaking of, how long are we staying here? Is everything on Mei Ling's side okay? They should be fine. They should be fine. Everyone else is still there. We'll return when we are done with the play here. Let's leave the Elmo with Mei Ling for now. Come, let's have a look around here. Alright. Done with that. Then we got our next battle here. So yeah, we're doing a play for the kids? Is that going to be the whole story? Oh no. It kind of reminds me of the Zhao Hui story a bit, where they got the whole thing with the play. They had that there too, right? Oh, it's just a battle, okay. Well then, while that goes, let me go and try to do a cough. I've been holding a cough like as I was reading that whole thing. Okay, switch and mute my mic. Okay, that should be a bit better now. Alright, yep, I gotta do some reading again. I have not read text in video games in a while, like, you know, out loud. I've read them in my mind. But it's been a while since I've done it, like, out loud. Alright, 3 more enemies to go. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this opening so far with the story. It feels like it's gonna be like another just really small story. Oh, that was it for the stage there? I might go by this pretty fast then. Because like it's just all in, you know, so far no cutscenes during the battle missions, the battle stages. So yeah, I'm not sure just how far this will go. If it keeps up like that. Another one? Hmm. Okay. I feel like we might go by the story very fast then. I'm not sure. Okay. Yeah, sometimes I like to question, just, you know, how long the story is, because, you know, it can vary sometimes. Like, dude, I remember that Dion event. Like, yeah, there was a lot of cutscenes there. It was very cutscene heavy, I would say. But I do notice, like, over time, they are, like, slowing down with, like, the cutscene length. So yeah, I am noticing that. But you know, for me, I think it's good, because I guess for me, when it comes to cutscenes, like, I know this game is supposed to be maybe more visual novel based with the story and stuff, but I've always liked, you know, more simple cutscenes, you know, more simplified cutscenes. We're not like stuck in like one area for too long. Like, especially for games too. Like, especially if it's a game, like, I want that gameplay aspect. But I guess, you know, that's also another downside with I guess with this game here. Because yeah, once you're like overpowered like me, like, you don't really feel the need to, you know, play manually, just because it's like really easy. You just one-shot everyone in the story missions. Like the challenge missions, like, yeah, you definitely might need to play manually. Sometimes I do play it on auto though, with like minimal manual play. Dude, like, I kind of miss just playing manually, man. Wow, no cutscene here, wow. 2 missions, no cutscenes. Continue. Cutscene in this one, maybe? I guess we'll find out. But dude, like, I was playing Final Fantasy Tactics, and, you know, gameplay is somewhat similar to this game, just, you know, less gunplay. More like melee attacks and magic. Wow, no cutscene here, what the heck? Feels kind of weird. So 3 missions so far without cutscenes, unless, like, there's one at the end of this. It feels like this might be a very short story. Wow. Okay. No, I need to cough again. Mike? Yeah, it's very curious of the story so far. I don't remember. I don't know, the last time there was like no cutscenes within a mission, unless like it's like the you know, the previous 2 stories that we just did with the 404 people and Yuhi. I feel like we might go this really fast. I'm really curious just how far I've progressed. Wow, okay. Cutscene? Yep, confirm. Okay, next one is a cutscene because it did not say continue. I'm kind of curious like what the length is going to be like if we're going at this pace, so I just want to see like how much is there left. And if all like the battle missions will be like that. I guess we'll see. Yeah. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Whoa, 7 left. Oh my gosh, dude, Yeah, I might just finish this in 2 videos, okay. I mean, depends on the cutscene length, too. Like, here's the missions. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then another cutscene here. Wow, we're going by this really fast. This might be like one of the shortest stories, maybe. Who knows? Okay, just had to clear my throat. My bad if that was loud. Um, environmental data, environmental intel recording complete. Cross-checking by mailing. I think that's all we need. Let's get back to the settlement. Eh? Already? Commander, could we just stay a bit longer? Before Zhongyu is done, my terminal rings. Everyone, something's happened. Okay, what happened? That's the long and short of it. It's my fault. There's just too many things to do, and we don't have enough people to watch over. What do we do? Let me get things straight. While we were away surveying the surroundings, the settlement was raided by warriors who took some of your supplies. You managed to evacuate to previously erected shelters with some of the wounded. After the warriors left, you found that 3 children were missing? Yeah, they can't have been taken away by the warriors, right? How are the wounded? Minor injuries, mostly. What can you tell me about the enemy? Whoa, boy, my voice, man. Yo, let me do a big clear up on the throat. There we go. I don't know why that's happening to me, like in this video. We all hid in different places, but couldn't get a good look at their exact number. Maybe 10 of them? 2 cars? Beyond just teaching the kids how to adjust to life here, you might have to get your hands on with improving the defenses at your settlement, then purchase some weapons. I know a few brokers in the area. I probably can't get you a discount, but I can assure you of the quality. Would you like some recommendations? Thank you. We purchased some supplies from the local brokers as well, but the collapse storms nearby have been far too frequent, and the delivery has been delayed. At this very moment, I'll send Polanitsa contact details to you. She has more methods available. Anything you need in emergency, you can get to her fast from her. I sigh as the chief struggles to get a hold of herself. Oh, it's a girl. Diane, contact mailing and ask her to send a reinforcement squad. Make sure Colfin remembers her medkit. Remain here and help them with whatever they need. Zhongyu, go with me. Are you going to rescue those children, Commander? Yes. 10 hostile isn't too many for me and Zhongyu to handle. I checked the environmental forecast a moment ago. A collapse storm is incoming, and the chances are that Elids will follow. With Diane here, I can rest assured. What if those warriors didn't move out in their entirety, and there are more than 10 of them? Would that not be dangerous? Don't worry, big sis, I'll be there. Leave it to me to keep the commander safe and sound. Zhongyu. If the numbers are against us, we'll scout out the children's circumstances and prioritize their safety. Judging by what the chief told us and the tire marks on the ground, these warriors retreated in the southeast direction after the raid. We can track them down via those tracks and send positional updates to the Elmo periodically. But by my projections, they have an outpost in that direction. It won't be too hard to find them. The others can track our positional signal and prepare to reinforce us if we give the signal. So long as we can find them, I can make 10 of those warriors pushovers with an arm tied behind my back. Saving those kids will be no problem. Zhongyu, do not be so impulsive. Yeah, I'll listen to the commander. So don't worry, okay, big sis? Zhongyu blinks a few times in Diane's direction. I understand. A prudent arrangement, Commander. Before reinforcements from the MO arrive, I shall handle things here. Zhongyu, the commander is in your hands. Leave it to me. I'll show them what I can do. Alright, let's go. Oh boy. So will this be like just a bunch of missions without cutscenes? Imagine if I do this all in one video. That's the only way I can see it. So far the story is simple, it's not complicated, and if there's really no like cutscenes in these missions, like the battle missions, I can hear the battle like gameplay here, the audio. Oh boy. I gotta say, this might be one of the. I'm probably saying this too early, but you know, because we're like pretty much probably halfway into the story now. The story is starting to feel like it might be the worst one. Like it is like so simple. It doesn't feel it doesn't feel like so detailed or anything like that. Not like character driven. But we'll see. I could be wrong. It's just like, you know, we're like halfway there, I think. And yeah, with this video here, like the length, we're almost halfway into the video that I like it to be. I might just do it all in just one video, which is surprising. It's not what I planned. Okay. Yeah, definitely not what I planned. I do wonder, like, what am I gonna do? Because like, if I do this all in one video, I was supposed to upload like 2 videos this week of this game. Maybe if they upload their next their Balin Island broadcasting, I can do a reaction to that instead. Still Girls Frontline. But yeah, it feels like things are going by like really fast. No cutscene in this battle. Like yeah, just go to the next one. Jeez, dude. How is this going by so fast? We'll see. It is still, you know, maybe early to tell. Okay, another battle. Yeah, I feel like I'm just going by this so fast, man. Like, like I remember when I was talking about the Belka story. I remember, like, you know, how I felt like that was such a small story, and I didn't think it would get smaller than that. Like, yeah, Belka's story was all about, like, you know, just wanting to, you know, spend time and be happy with Fukai here. But that was so fast. This one here is just, I mean, I feel like I prefer the Belka story, just because, you know, it just helps with, like, the character relationship. You know, portray that. This one just feels like any other mission so far, just, wow, there's 10 kids over there. Save them. Or like, no, 3 kids. Yeah, it's such a weird story. I've never seen a story like be this like simple before. And so far it seems to be that like looking like that, because I think this is our second battle, right? No cutscenes in between. It might be just really just those story stages that will only have the cutscenes. Maybe if the final boss will have a cutscene. But yeah, like, I'm really surprised. I really am. Just surprised by just how simple and fast the story's gonna be. Imagine this, like, I'm pretty glad they add this to the, you know, this mix-up of characters. Because I know that with this patch, they're supposed to, like, accelerate the story. Just imagine this, like, lasting the entire patch, this entire story. Like, wow. I feel like I wouldn't be, like, satisfied with the story. Oh, man. But yeah, you know, the more I think about it, I don't know. I'm trying to think back to that Zhao Hui story, because I think that one was my least favorite. And my second least favorite would be Belka. And you know, this is not counting the story right here. It's not counting Zhang Yu's story. But I don't know, you know, one thing I do appreciate about Zhao Hui's story is that it does feel kind of serious. So yeah, I don't know if like Belka would be my least favorite one. At the same time, like, you know, there were some nice cutscenes too in Belka's story. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. I feel like because of that thought just now, I feel like those two are like kind of equivalent. Where, you know, they got better for me Like, they're both probably last place for me, but they got better after some thinking. Wow, dude, that was 3 stages. Confirm. Dude, we're almost done. What, there's probably like, what, two more left? Like, 2 more stages? I think I saw like 1 story in 1 battle. Oh my gosh. I need to see this. I'm kinda curious. Oh my gosh, dude. This is the fastest story I've ever done, dude. This is the fastest story I've ever done, like just in 1 video. Alright, let's go finish things off, man. Definitely all finish things off here. I followed the Warrior's tracks with Jung-Yu, infiltrating the interior of an abandoned dock. Despite our efforts, we couldn't help but alarm some enemies. Thankfully, Jung-Yu moved swiftly, and we managed to get past the undisciplined and poorly armed Warriors. Phew, we're approaching the center of this outpost. Won't be so easy to hide our tracks moving forward. We hide behind a few stacked shipping containers as we scope out a sealed building not far away. This building, formerly a warehouse of this now deserted dock, now has its doors patrolled by gun-toting warriors. Jong-Yu lets out a long sigh with a grimace on her face. Commander, are those children really here? We didn't hear the warriors talk about children or anything like that on the way here. Could we have made a mistake? Oh, that could be a trap, maybe. You think the warriors, like, they made a deal with those settlement people where, you know, to fake the raid, just to, you know, lead them here? Like there was no children being kidnapped at all? That could be a thing. 3 children do not disappear into thin air. If they went missing after the warrior attack, their whereabouts are, without a doubt, related to that incident. Like, yeah, I can see it to where, you know, they might have said, we won't bother you anymore if you lead the commander and their people here to this area. That makes sense, but what exactly are they? Allow me to speculate, Jung-Yu. If, for example, some warriors stole away some of the Elmo supplies, what would you do? Huh? Beat the snot out of them and get what's ours back, of course. What if the numbers heavily favor the enemy, and you can't beat them all of them yourself? Eh? Then follow them first, at least. Follow them at first. Then look for a chance to take them all out. We can't just let them have our supplies, no matter what. I thought as much. I would say chances are that those children are hidden somewhere inside, wherever the supplies are stored. Huh? Like you said, would anyone just stand by and watch their supplies vital to their own survival being stolen away? Could it be possible that the kids followed the warriors after their raid, looking to get their settlement supplies back? Oh. But they're just little kids. Could they really be that gutsy? Do not underestimate humanity, even its youngest members. One does not survive for long without guts in decontamination zones. If I am right, you must face the warriors head-on if you want to mount a rescue operation. In the interest of safety, we should contact Mailing and wait for another squad to arrive. It will take time for reinforcements to arrive though, and it would be disastrous if the children expose themselves. Let me sneak in. I'll go sniff out where they're hiding while you support me from outside. When reinforcements get here, I should have already found them. Then we'll act together and get the kids out. Will you manage alone? Don't underestimate me. I'm an ex-Griffin elite. Do you really not know what I'm capable of, Commander? Given the current circumstances, this is indeed a good solution. Let's leave it to her. Alright, be careful. Don't worry. She gives me an okay hand sign, leaving with her weapon in hand. A few seconds later, she successfully approaches one of the building's corners. While no one is around, she smashes a glass pane, deftly vaulting the window. I wanted to put on a show for the commander, but this place is so big. Where do I even start looking? Someone's here? Not bad at all. This place didn't look big at all, but those are some impressive spoils. It seems they just got here, and maybe they came from the other side of that, you know. Of what? Oh, you mean the Great Wall Railway? Yeah, that's what it's called. Ooh, close call. These people just walk around with no pattern? Nowhere's safe. To speak of it, where would I be if I had to hide here? To avoid their patrols as well as retrieve the supplies, Just 3 kids can hardly carry any supplies, right? And getting from here back to the settlement would require some method of transportation. Zhang Yu pokes her head out, cautiously observing the situation inside the warehouse. Suddenly, she catches sight of a few parked small trucks on the other side of the building. Yeah, that looks good. After calculating the shortest route, she finds the timing and quickly slinks over. She adjusts her auditory modules, turning them up to the max. Huh, these guys are on another level of stupid, leaving the keys on the vehicle in open view. In another 2 hours, it'll be dark outside, and after these bandits fall asleep, we'll leave in this self-driving car. 1. Can we really get out? If they catch up to us, it'll go really bad, right? 2. That's why we're waiting till they sleep. We'll barge out the doors, and there'll be no way to react in time. Shh, quiet down. Someone's gonna hear us. 3. 3 different voices. All 3 missing children are here. Zhang Yu breathes a sigh of relief, immediately sending a message via her communications terminal. Geez, another 2 hours. I'm feeling hungry. Are you an idiot? Deal with it. Zhang Yu circles around behind a truck and silently enters its cargo hold filled with supplies. Don't be like that. Just having a little something when you're hungry is fine, right? Everything here was originally ours anyway, right? Shh, it's me. Zhang Yu covers the mouth of the child who came close to yelling and motions the other 2 to be quiet. Her terminal rings with the return message. The Elmo will arrive in 25 minutes. Prepare to evac. She gives the shocked children a reassuring smile, then extends her hand, flicking the children's foreheads one by one. Did that hurt? Owie. Bullets hurt much more. Don't go off on your own and make the adults worry, you little sillies. Imagine I was a Varyager who just found you 3. What would you do? We could run. Run where? Their people are all over the place. We don't know how to drive, and this car can't even drive itself. I could shoot out your tires and throw a grenade in your way. Your aim isn't always that good, and we have a backup plan. Do tell me of this backup plan. The children lower their heads, finding no words to say. Zhang Yu releases a lengthy sigh. When your plans are inflexible and you misevaluate your own abilities, you'll create problems for others. When the chief realized you were missing, she almost cried, you know. When you get back, you better apologize to her proper, got it? The children give each other looks, then nod at Zhang Yu. So long as you understand. Now, all of you, listen to me. No time for a full play, so I'll just give all of you a practical lesson today about how to retreat safely when surrounded by enemies. Watch closely. Alright, we got the one more stage. Wow. I don't think I've ever, like I said, done this so fast. So weird. Like for a story event. Man. Alright. Yeah, let's go do this, man. I'm just so surprised of how short this is. Okay. Combat start. And then I assume there will be a cutscene at the end of this, because, I feel like if they don't have a cutscene here, that'll be so weird. The way they end things off. Alright, vroom vroom. Yeah, can we escape with Kukai here? With her motorcycle? Okay, I mean, obviously, I feel like I can safely give my review of this story. It is probably the worst story so far. Like, it is not compared to like the Zhao Wei and the Belka story that I dislike. I feel like with them I dislike the most. But at the same time, after some thinking, some afterthought, I do think those stories have, better solidified in my mind over time. But man, this one was just like dang dude, it's just this is a side quest. It doesn't feel like a character story like, what you would see in like like in the other gacha games like, Genshin or Wuthering Waves. Like I felt like, the other stories felt more like the character stories from there. But dude, this is a side quest, dude. Yeah, this is just a side quest. It is so small with the story. With the Elmo's fire support and assistance from Zhang Yu, we managed to rescue the children. Upon our return to the settlements with the children, the chief thanks us profusely, adding a considerable sum to the request payment. Thank you, truly. If it weren't for you, chances are that these kids wouldn't have made their way back. I'm just glad I could help. However, if you want the children to adjust to life in the contamination zones, I'm afraid the stage play won't do that good. To develop their sense of danger, you still need to... Come on, just a bit more. I walk outside with the chief, finding Zhang Yu in an open field out front. More than a dozen of children, of varied height, stand before her, practicing the horse dance. What are you doing? I'm teaching them martial arts. Martial arts? Of course, a firm stance is the foundation of martial arts. As she speaks, Zhang Yu pulls off a magnificent flying kick. To deliver a good kick, one must have strong legs. See? If you keep practicing, you'll eventually be able to do this too. I put a hand on my forehead as I watched the children gaze in awe at Zhang Yu's display of prowess. If you teach them this stuff, That's not everything I've taught them, Commander. I made them a promise that they wouldn't go off on their own and make everyone worry if they had mastered a kick like that. If you can't protect yourself in your endeavors, you're only making more trouble for others. After all, I, of all people, would know. She flashes me a shrewd smile. I knew what you wanted to say, Commander, so I went ahead and did it for you. Big Sis, Groza, and the others should be ready. We should get ready to leave, Commander. Alright. I walk to Zhang Yu's side, beholding her countenance. She looks barely changed compared to back then. All things considered, though, through all these years' trials, she's already grown up. With her on the Elmo, I can take it a bit easy, right? Is that the ending? Oh my gosh. Wow. Alright. That is really not what I was expecting for a character story at all in this game. I feel like, when it comes to the story of other characters, it's been, very lengthy, very, way more detailed than what we got here. Yeah, this one just felt like really, really short. Wow. Yeah, I was not expecting this, man. Like, dang, this might be it definitely is for me, the worst event so far. Let me go ahead and just spend this tickets that I got here. Yeah, I'm pretty glad they added to the, this mix-up of other characters too, like with Belka and Andorus. I feel like on its own, like, I would not be happy with it. But yeah, we were like, what, wait 3 weeks, and that's all we got for the story? Dang. And it's kind of funny, sometimes I do complain, like, how long maybe some stories are in other gacha games. But man, I never thought I would, like, complain about, like, really short stories, like, lasting this. Like, it took me, what, almost 40 minutes now to do that whole thing? Wow. How much is there left? I'm pretty much recording this on the same day it's supposed to be uploaded. Ends in 8 days. Okay. So hopefully by then, we can get the, the Balin Island broadcasting. That's what I plan to upload on that day that I was originally going to be uploading this game here, but I just did it all in one day. But yeah, we'll see if that can happen. And yeah, look at that. I was able to, slowly build it back up again. Yeah, as always, the game surprises me with, like, how easy it is to like make these back in a short amount of time. I know with this patch though, it's supposed to be like more reward based. Like, yeah, we get more rewards easier, I think, in this one. But even just in general, man, just I feel like I'm ready now to get Michitu's weapon at some point. So yeah, there you have it, guys. That was pretty much it for this whole patch. If I had to give my quick review, I think Belka's story, I think along with Zhao Hui's story, they're both like the second to last of, like, of it being the worst. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, no, the other way around. I would say, Belka and Zhao Hui's story, probably the second worst that I've, experienced. But man, Zhang Yu took the cake here. It's kind of funny, like, she's in the middle here, being like the main character, but then her story is so, like, so like minimal and small. But dude, Andorra's story is amazing though. I do like her story a lot. You get to see like the origins of 404, and also like Andorra as a character actually, you know, struggles with her like limited capacity thing going on with her. But yeah, anyways, next time I guess we'll find out after we watch that Balin Island broadcast thing. And yeah, can't wait to go and watch that. So yeah, that'll be for now, guys. That's game.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good